バラはあいつの唇優しく抱きしめてくれとねだる瞳の奥に獲物を映して寂しく問いかける愛のありか
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Planet Tyro. You're here with your host Donald Wonder to celebrate the year of Lupin in this year 2016. Thanks for watching, guys. If you were here on the last video, you probably saw us talk about the return of the two anime and manga giants, Detective Conan and Lupin III, but this time in a feature-length movie. Yes, it was the movie. We discussed it in length. If you missed the video, go back and look at the top of the video right here. We've got a YouTube card that will take you back to that discussion. But we're moving forward to the same year, actually, 2013, for the next special, which is called Princess of the Breeze, Hidden City in the Sky. Now, as usual, guys, I do not like to get into spoilers, so I'm going to be a bit vague with the story synopsis. For those of you who don't know, you're interested. Basically, this movie starts out with a heist kind of gone wrong. Lupin's trying to steal some more treasure, and actually some pirates get in the way, and what he ends up getting away with is actually a baby and a jewel. And then basically Lupin kind of devises this plan to get the treasure he was actually after by using this baby to continue his crimes. And the first 10 or 15 minutes of the movie is Lupin going on a crime spree with this baby on his back. Honestly, this is one of the most funniest things I've seen in the Lupin franchise. It's the most different thing about the movie. It's very charming, and Lupin's in social media. The audience, you know, the people that see are loving Lupin. They love him and his baby. Zenigata's looking at him like, what the hell is Lupin doing? But Lupin does get the attention of the people who's looking for these pirates. And then what you find out are these pirates were actually part of this royal family guard. And not getting into spoilers, it's got to do with this royal family guard going against this prince, and this kind of keep the cow. There was this whole thing with this royal family and this whole civilization country thing that's gone wrong, and the baby and these people and this girl. And before I get into the more meats of it, let me tell you what I thought of the movie in general. Man, this movie is another case of been there, done that. The story is super generic. We've seen these kind of royal family turmoils, or an empire or a country with all this, not just warring factions, betrayal or something going. We've seen this before. I mean, they had something like this even in the Detective Conan Lupin TV special that I reviewed not too long ago. And honestly, the character stuff they have in here is not great. This girl that, you know, Lupin had the interaction with in the beginning, that was the pirate, and this royal family guard that are going against this prince. It was interesting in the beginning as they seem to be going through some kind of rebellion, and then something tragic happens to them, and then Lupin has to look after this girl and the baby, and they're looking for the treasure. And then the antagonist seems to be very conflicted. The character stuff was not fleshed out well at all. And at the end, when the antagonist tries to explain how he feels and you're meant to empathize with him, it doesn't work at all. It doesn't work because all the information is crammed down your throat. Even the stuff with the girl and the baby and the royal family guard, it wasn't built up. And my problem with this movie is, this is a perfect example of, if you've seen Hayao Miyazaki movies, he knows how to do this kind of thing with Castle and the Sky Princess and Mononoke. He knows how to take a simple story about a royal family or a country and make you care about the characters. They didn't take the time to do that in this movie, and they've done this story before at least 4 times in the retrospective. The only good thing about this movie, the only standout thing about this movie is the animation. The animation is gorgeous. It looks really gorgeous. Now, I don't want to praise the animation too much, because in the anime industry at this point in time, 2013 to recent times, generally anime looks this good. If you're an anime fan, you watch anime, this level of animation, this level of quality is not a surprise. And I'll even tell you now, from this point on, all the Lupin movies moving forward either look this good or better, So for me to say the animation is great, yes, against the other movies from the past and Lupin retrospective, that is true. But they don't do anything with this great animation. The chase scenes are not all that inspired. The backgrounds look good, the character designs look good, but they don't do anything else. It just looks really pretty, and I really felt like everyone involved in this movie was more focused on making the anime look good and making the story secondary. And that is such a shame, because of that, honestly, and it's not just me being harsh, it's me seeing 25 Lupin movies, you know, before this, and wanting to see something different. If you're a fan of the Lupin franchise and you see this movie, you've seen it before. That's the problem. If you're not a fan and you're seeing this for the first time, it's super generic. It doesn't do anything to stand out. You can watch a Disney movie and you've seen better royal family turmoil kind of stories before. It fails on a story level. And for me, as you know, that's kind of unforgivable, because you know what? A forgettable story is forgettable. Forget about the art. You can see beautiful art in Pixar, in anime. That's my point. With a bad story that you've already seen before in the same Lupin franchise, why are you going to remember it? Man, there was so many things in the story that bothered me. Getting back to the story, there was like a 10-minute segment where Lupin lets himself get shot by this prince on a whim, which is very unlike Lupin. Then you have to see Zenigata save him and not even arrest him and just leave him for dead and let this girl tend his wounds. And then Lupin goes to get his wounds tended again by some crazy bar nut who's a cool character. I'll put him on the screen. He's a cool looking character, but he's just thrown in there to be wacky. And that's it. And it's 15 minutes of silliness. And near the end, you gotta watch a baby take a shit. And I guess it's meant to be funny, but it was just... No! Okay? Honestly, the movie was boring. I'd seen it before. It was doing things that just bored me and just annoyed me. I wanted something different. I've seen this movie before, and honestly, I was just annoyed. I wish Hayao Miyazaki showed these people how you write this kind of story and make you care about the characters, all of them. Again, I don't want to just shit on this movie. The best thing about it was the animation. Fujiko looked gorgeous. She was great eye candy. I don't think she looked so voluptuous. The character designs were very nice, but honestly, that can't save the movie. Good animation cannot save the movie, because the story is just not good. And as a result, I have to give this movie a rating that I've never even given before. I'm giving it a low vanilla. The reason why I'm giving it a low vanilla is because you've seen this before, and it's the lowest of the been there, done that. And just too many things in this movie bored me, annoyed me, and just felt repetitive and uninspired. And it's just so disappointing that after 25 movies, you're still not trying to do something a little bit more experimental, but just playing the safe route, except for focusing on making gorgeous animation, which is extremely disappointed. I know I'm being very critical here, but you know, the good news is that looking on the review site, it's getting the feedback. Most of the reviews I saw on Rotten Tomatoes, My Anime List, and IMDb, they were saying exactly the same thing. This movie is way too generic. They should have took more risks with it. They should have done something more inspired, or they should have just made you care about the characters and write the narrative in a way where it builds things up. And one of the only deaths in the movie with the royal family guards, even that's reversed. So even that one thing I liked with the story that was emotional was reversed. So on the whole, this honestly is one of the most forgettable movies in the franchise. One of the most disappointing, because it had good elements there and it just focused too much on the animation. But guys, if you think I'm being super harsh and you do not agree with me, we don't have to agree, and I'm not going to be offended. As usual, leave your comments in the comment section down below and tell me why I'm wrong, or why I'm just too critical, or why I'm too jaded and I'm just too fatigued. But if you agree with me and you think I'm being fair, you know what, I appreciate that. But either way, guys, it's opinions. That's just my opinion, and I'm interested to hear yours. But you know, you win some, you lose some, and I'm going to clean the slate and look forward to the next movie. On that note, guys, thanks for watching. If you like the discussion, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you do not like the video, if you think I'm just too critical and I'm too picky and I'm too much of an elitist. But either way, guys, thanks for watching. If you want to see some other videos on Planet Tyro, look on the right there. You'll see all the other annotations for books, movies, TV shows, all the other stuff we do. Lastly, thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you on the next Lupin the Third video, or right back here on Planet Tyro. Either or, but just take care, guys. See you on the next one. Peace out.